Hello, hello. Yep. Seems to be working. There we go. Okay. Well, we are at the start, I believe, of the 940 turn, and we need to do all of our usual command allocations and all that good stuff. Does that sound about right for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, then, I guess we should go to our respective rooms unless we need to chat about anything rules related or otherwise before we start into the nuts and bolts of the turn.
Not for me. I'll see you in coalition.
Okay. See you down there. All right. Mitch, I saw you posted what looked like a missile being launched. I have no idea what that was about.
Oh, we were talking about Elon Musk
Oh, okay.
grabbing that, and then there's just another one in the background. It's like amazing how far and how fast that is advancing. Irrespective of the man, it's still pretty cool.
All right, let's roll for the Russians. 25. That's probably, let's see, 25 is Barclay in command. So, not anything exciting. We get a point for Kutuzov. So, do, 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 do. All right, so what needs to be done? Who needs to do something somewhere, somehow?
I could use 3 kits this turn if Mitch can spare one.
Sure. I think I
uh,
just have to activate Lavrov.
Like we had set up Doctura to free up those 2 battalions.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
thinking
a
that
minor
sure
mission.
I'm not sure we could even do that.
You could, but
Is
that's
it?
all you'd get for it all.
Yeah.
He's within 6 of both those battalions with ADCs.
Oh, that's why it works. Okay, because he can actually. Well, the conductor send his command over the guards.
Core leaders can do that.
Okay, okay, that's where I was getting hung up.
But basically, that gets us just those 2 battalions. They're going to get freed up fairly soon anyway because we're going to chew through the church in a couple turns.
He's down to 4. At some point, do you think we'll just keep shooting this turn, or when do we? When do we stop?
Just shoot. I have artillery drawn up that's going to rail it from the north, and you've got good infantry there, so we just keep shooting.
Okay. Okay.
But meanwhile, that shit I could put to use because I have 4th Corps infantry, I have a cavalry corps to move, and I have a big artillery group now that really could use a shit.
Lovely.
A lot of them will get into firing range this turn.
So you think you're going to bring those Cossacks south and then across the brush?
We'll play it by ear. They have various things they can do. I think at least 2 brigades will trickle south.
Because I definitely like the idea of having them surrounded.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they don't know where they're going.
I mean, it's going to take them. They'll probably just kind of like threaten until we see how the French respond.
Okay.
The Cossacks they can skirmish against the French light cav in the brush. They can push southward to clip the supply line. They can, threaten routes. But they have to do it judiciously depending on French moves.
Mm-hmm. But they have that ability to remain in command as not really a corps, but kind of like a corps.
It's like a cavalry corps or a very large division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
It
really,
doesn't have
really,
to. It doesn't have to remain at an activated distance.
Nope.
that's right.
Nope. It's independent light cavalry. So the French have got a
Yeah.
couple of equivalent groups like that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet over there. I'm like, that could cause them to go into panic mode.
Yeah, or even if it draws off some of the French infantry, it will lessen the infantry load, or some of the French cavalry. Like it distracts them from the main effort, which is good.
Okay. Do you see me moving at all to the? I guess I really can't move along the Voynia because he's got zones of control in there that I can't really move against.
Yeah, you don't need to rush. So what's going to happen is the Russian Fourth Corps is going to roll around the French flank. The
What about
division.
Do we even need to activate Lavrov and all this turn?
Yeah, Lavrov definitely, because he has a lot of good stuff to do.
Okay.
Notably, the Russian artillery group under Euler, now commanded by, it's going to clear out the village. And that's going to open up, it's going to resolve the traffic jam. Like this turn is the last turn of the traffic jam. And if the artillery moves ahead of your guards, then your guards' infantry can move into the village of Borodino and set up there. And that's a good move.
Oh, you're talking about the regiments that I have?
Yes. Yeah, it's a good for them to get there because they have to get around or over the big bluff, and they have to get across the river. And all of those things are movement expensive. And so getting that out of the way this turn will poise them within the next 2 turns or 3 turns to then start to attack.
Where do you see those infantry crossing? Just kind of right there in front of themselves into the village of Borodino, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the cavalry will move out?
The cavalry, yeah, exactly. I mean, first of all, the Russian artillery will move out, and that will open up lots of hexes that the regiments can just like move into. The artillery has a lot of really interesting things to do this turn. Let's do some command setup for your artillery units.
Okay.
And let's start with your Molov, who's over there by the Greater Down.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got
These
3
are
of
empty.
Well, one's empty, 2 loaded. But Yermolov and the 2 batteries next to him, they should get command names for Kantakuzin, the Grenadier Division commander.
Oh, the purple one? Yeah, we got it.
That's this guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So these 3 batteries should get his command.
Got it.
And that's because, remember, he's that mobile, like Kampfgruppe commander, task force commander under Lavrov, who can get a bunch of stuff allocated to him. So this is allocating the artillery to his command. And when you're done with the position batteries, then there's a bunch more batteries that Kantakuzin gets the command to. Like he's becoming the artillery task force leader for the Guard, which is really valuable.
Okay.
So those 3 batteries, this one, and this one, they all get Kantakuzin command. And then guess what? There's 4 light batteries that get his command as well. This one, this one, this one, and this one. They all get commanded by Kantakuzin. Because then when the Guard's Corps gets its command, then all those batteries, they're moving under that one leader. That's a really good capability.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yep. Now let's talk a bit about the Guard's artillery missions. The heavy artillery is fairly clear, right? It's one guy's got to reload and the other keep shooting. But the medium artillery is really interesting. You have 2 horse batteries here, and now you have these 4 light batteries up here. And the really cool part is that all of those batteries can now get into action probably this turn, which is going to be, that's a lot of firepower. So these 3 batteries have used up their ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to be limbering and rolling out. But
And where do you think they'll go?
And they
Well-
have to limber what, during the regroup phase?
Yes,
Okay.
which is fine. So this guy and this guy, they belong to the 6th Corps. And they have to move. One belongs to this guy and one belongs to this guy. So they're going to limber up this one and this one. I'm sorry, this one and this one. They're going to limber up and they're going to go out through this pathway.
Okay.
And then their job is to go over about to here.
To get into command range.
Get into, yeah, like they're gonna form up, and later Docteur is gonna go over there too, and your 6th Corps will then be fully gathered. And while they're marching, they're gonna reload.
Yeah, they just need to stay within 5 hexes of a road,
which is right here. It's right here for them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's easy. Okay.
Right. And then
now
there's another road behind them as they move behind the Great Redoubt.
Exactly. So over the course of 2 to 3 turns, they're going to make their way to here, and at that point, you and Eric are going to cooperate on how you want to defend that central sector there,
Okay.
or even begin a semi-attack on it. We'll talk about that. But okay, now this battery here is an army battery.
Mm-hmm.
You actually, I think you should assign it to Kantakuzin as well.
Okay.
Because Kantakuzin then is a massive artillery task force commander, which is a good thing.
Got it.
And then this big positional battery, it needs to disperse and reload. But there's a fire channel in front of it that's 3 hexes wide through here, that now will not have the positional firepower. So what you want to do is you want to take these 4-foot batteries and you want to line them up they can line up some pretty heavy artillery firepower in these 3 hexes.
Got it.
And once they're set up there, from then on, Kantakuzin commands them. And their job is basically to gradually advance forward along the upper part of this ravine and blast anything down in the ravine.
Okay.
They can blast infantry, they can go counter battery, they can blast cavalry, any of their target, which is good. So they're replacing the positionals.
And the horse support for those batteries will come in the form of the guards?
Yeah. And here's a fun, this is super technical and super annoying, but if you look at the foot batteries, if you flip one over.
Okay.
Yeah, their long range firepower is 5. So if you get 2 of them, and you have 2 guards horse arty batteries who are down in the valley at the moment, you can leave one down in the valley, but one of them should pull up onto the plateau. And basically, if you form 2 foot batteries plus 1 horse battery into a triplet,
oh, okay,
they're going to have 16 firepower. And that's going to give you 1-to-1 odds in counter battery. Whereas if you have just 3 foot batteries, it's 15. It's 1 shy of the actual odds column. It's super cheesy, but like so you basically want 2 separate batteries, each composed of 2 foots and 1 horse. Make sense?
And I can do that twice, right?
Exactly. Isn't it beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
And that's important.
Yeah.
It's important because the French 8th Corps is doing something very unusual. I've never seen this before, and I played this game a lot. They're setting up an artillery battery on the point of brush. They have 2 batteries in the valley, and they have a 12-pounder rolling up, and they have a bunch of French horse artillery coming that way too. So they're clearly going to make an artillery effort on this point here. It's a good artillery position, but I've never really seen it used. So what you want to do is probably
and they can function in the brush just fine.
yeah, they have
It just
20
it's
fire
really
defense.
it's just really hard to move through the brush.
Okay.
It's
So
5
slow,
movement
but
points per hex.
per.
So that 12-pounder gun ain't getting there anytime soon. It'd take one,
Yep.
2, 3.
It'll
It'd take
take
an
a whole
hour
hour.
just to get there, and then 20 minutes to unlimber.
Yeah. So he might take 2 turns and then unlimber. And it's hard to explain why they would be doing this. But if they do get set up there, they're going to have an annoying ability to throw fire onto the bluff over here, which sadly is the place that your guards infantry is heading in an hour's time. So you probably want to chew down through counter battery. You want to chew down their arty so that it can, and discourage them from being there so that they can't threaten the guards infantry.
Got it.
And there's a unique benefit here, which is that you'll be matching the guards' medium artillery, we just talked about, with 2 batteries of 16 long range. And that French 8-core artillery that's setting up there, uniquely among the French, it has weak long-range firepower. Even their 12-pounders have only 4 firepower at long range. So of all the groups you have to deal with for arty, that's a good one.
Okay.
They're dangerous at short range or medium range, but they're in a counter battery duel at long range. You're likely to win.
Will these batteries here, will they also go under this fellow?
They can't unless they get ADCs, because they belong to the horse division.
Okay. Okay.
But one of them already has an ADC on it, Kuruta.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy will be under we'll give him a arty commander. And
Yeah,
ADC.
I think like these 80s.
Beautiful, exactly. So those guys can come over, and so that's how they'll be able to move.
Okay.
And so that will separate them from the cavalry commander, which is good.
Okay, and that's allowable, right? If they're under a ADC directly.
Yeah, exactly. So then they can all keep moving. And then they'll all be, and that'll give you a really strong artillery command.
So this guy is pretty important.
Yeah, he's unique. He's not very, his division is fairly weak grenadiers, but his ability to receive lots of units to command, especially artillery, that's a really powerful, flexible ability.
Okay.
You got one of the guards' position batteries, this one, that has run out of ammo.
Yes.
So its job is to limber up and fade back, and also until it reloads. Then once it reloads, so
maybe
actually,
it's going to just sit there, and I mean, I could just flip it, limber it, and does it really need to move out?
It does, because it's at risk of a cavalry rush.
Okay.
It could come right back into the action, but you don't want to leave it stuck out there with no ammo. That's a risk.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to label this, the 4 light batteries, and this. That's a lot of artillery. You're labeling the multi-Kantakuzin so that he.
Oh, okay. So this one as well. I got you.
Yeah.
And I am labeling them. Just I don't think you have the.
Oh, I see. You're not using a title. You're using a little flag thing.
Yeah, I've given a purple flag.
I haven't been able to make that work yet. I'll keep trying. I did try again this week. Since it's a version thing, I got to update that one. Okay. So that's now what to do with the guards cavalry is interesting. The first mission for them is to protect the zeroed batteries. And it may be that we get the regroup shit like early, and the batteries are able to roll off. But it's possible the regroup shit will come late. And so those cav guys have to stay there until they're definitely certain that the artillery is away safe.
Okay.
So they kind of play it.
You guys out in front, the red and the blue ones?
No, I'm talking about the white cuirassiers.
Oh, okay.
Who set up to cover the front of the zero grand battery, right? Like these guys. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then depending on the order of the moves, like if the Russian artillery is able to roll up on the plateau and free up the village, then your regiments can come through. And if the guards move first, you can at least get the regiments over the bluff and into the up to here. So they'll at least be a little further forward. They're not in any rush because their mission is an hour from now when they're going to go climb up and take the French flèches over there.
Okay.
But we have to clear the way for them first. So their job, meanwhile, is to stay out of artillery
Well, that's an exciting mission to have on your plate.
range. But while they're doing that, so the truly exciting mission early is your use of these artillery batteries to set up for good firepower, hosing down the valley and the bluff, the brush on the point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Lavrov gets a command. And
he does.
Number 6 on there. We'll just leave that one there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, Eric, are you going to be okay with 2 CPs?
Yeah, I should be fine. I was thinking I would activate Revsky's Corps. I'm going to pull the 12th Division out of the creek. It looks like he's bringing up the Young Guard. And he's within striking distance of me to hit me with infantry there in my squares.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, I will pull back and kind of set up behind some skirmishers and then basically cover between the redoubt and my battery over here, that core, until Mitch can bring stuff down. Otherwise, those guys are probably going to get chewed up for no very good reason.
Yeah, they've done a good job of just being there,
Yep.
which keeps the French out. But in fact, by removing them, you're going to open up the curtain for your artillery to fire down.
Right, and it's also going to give him the opportunity to go park his people there, which means that he will have the same choice of what he does as we do.
And we'd rather him have that choice.
Exactly. Yeah. So they've done a great job, and I think I'm going to try to extricate them if I can before they get slammed by either Ney's infantry or the Young Guard that are coming up. So I will activate them, and I think I'll see if I have any artillery around. But
if the timing is good, it would be a little bit helpful if these out of command guys kind of got out of this area.
Sure. Yeah, they can pull back. I think they are part of the 26th Regiment. So when the regroup chit comes, I can pull them back, and I'll just use them to add a layer of difficulty for their artillery to go bouncing through.
And then as they get them in command, then you can use them a little better. Because right now, I mean, it's a bit of a long shot, but this guy is he's just in range of artillery, and if there's some way I could actually get him back, it would be awesome.
Mitch, you can roll initiative for Dorokhov, the Cav guy. He has a 1 initiative. You might conceivably get a 1. Okay. All right. So then what you can do is you can pull him back behind the Great Redoubt a ways and give those hussars a way to pull back.
Yeah. I could move like Taktura back here.
Yeah.
Now his command rank 3, so I guess maybe here.
Here, or if you want, the gray hussar is safe for now, but and maybe needs to stay there. But this guy could pull out. You could get the blue guy out by pulling Dorokhov up here, and then you could, even if the skirmishers, the OOCs don't move, well, you'd be OOC with them, so you can move. You could put it here or here, either of those. This is a perfectly good place, or kind of thing. So you could get Dorokhov back to here.
And that's this cat here.
That's right.
There's a lot of Daikovs and.
Yeah, it's fun trying to figure out who's who out here on the battlefield.
This guy has a character in War and Peace named after him, Dolokhov. And if you remember, he's the wild and crazy guy who stands on the second floor windowsill and follow nonsense. Remember that one? And then he fights a bear. He's in the bear baiting pit later.
Oh my goodness.
He's the wild man.
Okay. Well, cool. All right. So I've got one.
Who is his leader?
Yeah, I've got one.
Is he under this guy?
If anybody
No,
needs a
he's under
command point, you can.
Oh, he's under that one as well?
Does
Yeah.
anybody need an extra CP? Because I've got the one core that I activated. I guess I could activate the heavy cavalry, but I don't know that I really need to move them.
You could
now.
give that. You could actually give that to Dorokhov's cavalry division, which would solve Mitch's problem about pulling the hussars out.
Well,
then Mitch could move to the cavalry division.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? I will probably need them back in the future turns as excitement happens on my side of the map. But
you're getting, he's starting to come up on you. I don't, do you want to do any maneuvering with your yellow belted guys?
I'm
brown pants guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of fine over on the Utitsa side of the map. I've got a pretty good defense set up over there. It is a bit of a big clogged mess though in the back. But that's par for the course.
At some point you need to open up some lanes to shoot into this this little tunnel.
Yeah.
Where the coming through. I mean, so I thought maybe you might need to clear out a little space for your guns to get some shots going.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe I still have this division over here, that the 27th division that's in square. I could kind of pull some of those guys back, so that way that would open up the field of fire a little bit. He seems to be staying away from that part of the world for the moment.
Another thing Eric, another thing you could do would be to shift Kutaisov's artillery or Lowenstern's artillery. You could shift them. Lowenstern, you could shift northwest 1 hex. We're basically trying to set up so that all of our grand batteries converge onto the French 12-pounders.
Right.
And at a selected range, right? What we're trying to avoid is where the French horse artillery would get just out of range, but then on their next turn, they're going to hustle into short range and blow up the positions, right. Positional batteries. So retreating or crab walking sideways or diagonally to extend the range may be a good thing.
So going northeast or northwest?
This is Lowenstern?
Yeah,
or
Lowenstern.
Lowenstern, he could go northwest. What that will do is it will converge them with their fire a little bit closer to Kutaisov's converge point, which is like right about here.
Right.
By going northwest, right, it's going to start to set up all of our heavy batteries converging just north of the fleshes.
That seems more important than me automatically.
Okay, I've got to move my heavy cuirassiers out of the way though, so I will take I'll take a chit for that.
You could catch the cuirassiers and move the arty as a thought.
No, because what I can do then is I can do a core activation next turn and move all of the batteries of both grand batteries and the infantry. So
that's perfect.
If I get we get the heavies where I want them facing, so they're covering the batteries and everything else. I think that's a better use. So, okay,
beautiful.
That's my 2. I will roll for my 2 light cavalry. And let's see, Karpov. All right. Okay, so in the bucket, let's see what chits we need. I've got 2, 3, and 14.
I got 1, 4, and 5.
She has 6.
That covers it.
Okay. And did you put 15 in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you put 6 in?
I did not put 6 in. I did not.
Okay, so do I need to do that?
I think.
Otherwise.
Well, I think 6 was 6 on the board. I thought 6 was over here.
Yeah,
I think I put it in when I grabbed the other ones.
Let's just see. There it is.
Yep, there you go. Convenient when it's the first. Otherwise, we could have picked a dozen of them trying to find it.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Okay. It's a plan. We'll stick with it.
So far, so good, guys. Yeah, I think we're doing fine so far.
Okay. Cool. Have fun. All right, let's go up to the lobby. Let them know we're ready to play.
They're going to be in. They have so many commands I think I'll be in for a while. Yeah.
All right, we've got a couple of people who are chiming in here.
And at midnight is my cutoff tonight.
Okay. So what time is that? You are Central Time?
Central, yeah.
So what time is it there? 9:35 right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you're 2 hours ahead of us here on the Pacific Coast. Okay. We've got some people who are writing in here, just learning this game. This is the best way. And I think, let's see here. He was asking about the square markers along the creek. And that is to protect my guys from cavalry charges. And they're kind of hiding. They can't be shot by artillery from a distance there. Somebody rolls up to the edge of the creek, they're hosed. But in the meantime, they're okay. Let's see. We've got somebody else that says, someone named Desk. I don't know. That sounds like an original name. It says, oh, wow, this looks cool. What software is this? So this is called Vassal. It's not software necessarily. It's a platform that allows you to play board games. And there are gazillions of board games that have been published that have been converted into Vassal modules. So we are playing a game called La Bataille de Moscowa, which is the Napoleonic battle from 1812. This was outside of Moscow. Napoleon's big march in 1812 into Moscow. Finally, the Russians turned and fought here outside of the city. So this is the game that we're playing, and the Vassal module allows us to move the pieces around, roll dice, all kinds of things like that. There's no artificial intelligence or computer stuff or whatever that's telling us we can't pick up our pieces and move them a certain distance or whatever else like you might get with some other computer games. So we're pressing buttons when we need to roll dice. We have to calculate the odds, everything else. So it's as if we were playing the game itself at a table, but by doing this virtually, we've got players on the eastern half of the United States. We've got players in the Midwest, and then we've got players here on the Pacific Coast of the U.S. So we don't all have to fly to one place, set up the game and play it, and then repeat the same process the next week. Instead, we can just save this on our computers. We can, play some of the game and save it, and then pick it up wherever we left it off. So it's a really great system for playing games, and there's tons and tons and tons of games out there that allow you to play using Vassal. So,
and it's not like it's just Java based. And if you want to create your own module of a game, it's not out there. It is not that hard. So if you have any sort of computer literacy, you can do this yourself.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Somebody spent a lot of time making the module, which is graphically gorgeous and just like the printed game. I mean, there's a lot of effort that went into that. The module is really, really beautifully done.
Yes, I think, what is it, Kevin? I want to say Kevin Davies, maybe, or no, Kevin Graves, something like that. Did this particular way? No, and then there's another fellow who had been doing some of the ones for Clash of Arms, but there's two fellows that have put together the vassal modules for a lot of these La Bataille games in the last dozen years or so. So let's see. Oh, we got Grim Harbinger saying hello. He says, Battle of Moscowa, also known as Borodino. Yes, indeed. That's actually a great idea, says Desk. Virtual game board are usually boring, but this looks nice. Yes, it's because the game that it's based on, it was beautiful. The graphics and the map and everything else are particularly good. So that's why it looks as good as it is. So it's only as good as the components the publisher made. Let's see.
It's been out about 10 years now.
Yeah, Kevin. Oh, so Matt says Kevin Graves. Yes, so Kevin Graves did this particular module. And then there was another fellow, David Jones, I think, did the one for Dresden a couple of years back. That's another beautiful game and another beautiful map and everything else. In fact, I think that's my favorite Clash of Arms map of all time. So
just the fact that you can't shoot your guns is wow, what a situation.
What in
Dresden? It's raining, right? Isn't that right?
Well, you don't have any right? on the main day of the battle. You don't have any musketry. You do have artillery, but there's no musket fire. But there's a couple of scenarios. I mean, the battle altogether is a 3-day battle. So the initial battle is just where they're kind of moving in a little bit, kind of on the late afternoon of the first day, kind of pushing in the pickets. They're on the outside, villages outside of the city. And then the second day is when they try to coordinate a larger attack on the defenses. And there's only one corps that's holding the city, and they are outnumbered 10-1 or something. But then over the course of time in that scenario, Napoleon shows up and the guard shows up and all these reinforcements is like, it's reminiscent of one of those old Audie Murphy movies where, the cavalry shows up just in time as the poor little town folks are running out of ammunition, kind of a thing. So it's a really fun scenario. And then the larger scenario, or the one from the third day of the battle, is the one where it's pouring rain. And so that's the one that Rick and I played when we were at Consim there in July. And that was a fun one. That was interesting. So I played all three or all of the scenarios from Dresden. So I can now make a very qualified opinion that they're all fantastic and a lot of fun. Let's see who else we have here. We've got
quick question.
Yes.
Robert rolled for Preissing, but Preissing couldn't roll, but Ornano next to him, and he passed his roll for Preissing. But technically it was Ornano who had to roll.
Just use it, it's fine.
Okay. Thanks.
Let's see here. Grim Harbinger says, I have fun of fighting the Moscowa in my WDS games. I'm not sure what WDS games are. Here's somebody else says, Desk says, I'm one of the last of a very young generation that actually admires history. Well, there's actually a lot of people out there that admire history. I teach a bunch of them from time to time every summer. So it's just maybe not as sexy as the latest TikTok. Maybe we need to do something about that. Let's see.
Churchill said that history never repeats itself, but it does rhyme.
Yes, that sounds about right. Let's see. Matt says, good for you. There's so much value there, indeed. This is a great system, but complex. Indeed, it's Marshal Saint-Cyr's 14th Corps that's holding the city at Dresden. Yes, that's correct, Grim. So, yeah. So, and there's a lovely vassal module for Dresden. In fact, almost all of the recent Clash of Arms publications are out, including a new one for Mont Saint Jean, the second edition of Mont Saint Jean, which came out, I think, about 2 years ago now. That should be one that we add to our list, Brennan. We should play that.
The new edition of Mont Saint Jean?
Yeah. They've got a vassal
really
module out for it. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that came out a couple months ago. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We could do 5th edition or Reg 30, either one.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I was talking with David last week after we were done with our session, just saying the only complaint I kind of have with the regs is the amount of time it takes to kind of get through the turns or the moves. Because we played this with 5th edition, and we were pretty brutal with, you've got 10 minutes. And so you're moving your stuff, and okay, 10 minutes is up, pencils down. What you moved. And so, I mean, it got to the point where we could get through with a lot of combat going on, a turn in 2 sessions. We'd usually get, like, the French would come up or the Russians would come up. And so if the French came up, pretty much that entire evening would be spent with the French movement and combat and everything else. I think where this one is more streamlined is that you don't have all that defensive fire and offensive fire on both sides of it. But the actual execution of the maneuver units, that's all done in 10 minutes, kind of a thing. So that was the only thing that I noticed that seems to be a difference. I think we're trying to do the best we can with trying to pick multiple chits so we can be different parts of the map moving stuff.
Although I think we are averaging about a turn every 2 sessions.
Right, but we don't have hardly that much combat going on. When we were doing this, we had, we were fully engaged all up and down the line.
Right.
Yeah, and so I think we're
slow engagement. I find that to be very attractive. And
I mean, one thing about the way we're playing it as a group at the moment is, first of all, I think we're getting good with the rules now.
Yes.
So that's the first step. And then the next step will be to speed up our combat somewhat. Like, people take time. They're like, now what is the firepower? But as we get a few more turns in, people just remember, infantry battalion, 12 firepower, and it'll go faster.
Right.
But if we pick up the combat speed, that will speed things up. And then we'll go somewhere faster. Okay. It's also very good practice for people not to have the time pressure, but to really learn how to optimize the unit performance.
Right. Yeah, and that's what.
Yeah, my critique of the time moves is the faster you can move.
Yeah,
it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, and that was, I think, what David had commented on, why he preferred the regs, was that it did give him a little more time to move the pieces, and I think if it were we were at a table and we had tweezers, I think having some sort of time limit, people could probably manage that a little bit better. I know that for some of the folks that have played Vassal with us, there was frustration with trying to manipulate their units, and they're hitting the wrong command keys, or stuff isn't facing the right way, and so a lot of time was spent dealing with the machinations of manipulating the pieces on the screen. While if you were a if you were playing this at the tabletop, we've all been using tweezers to move game counters around for 30 or 40 years. So we're a little bit more astute at that. So that's my only kind of gripe with this. But yeah, I was reading through the rules and getting a little bit more astute with this. So
all right,
everybody's back.
Yep, we're all back.
Yeah. All right. So Matt, yeah, WAV was published, but they don't have a Vassal module out for it yet. So I'm sure at some point in time they will put together that. Usually, Ed Wimble over at Clash of Arms lets a year or so pass from when the game is initially published to when the Vassal module is released. So that's kind of what you might be going on, or what you might be think is going on. So it'll probably show up here sometime.
There is an older Wavra module, which is both Wavra and Waterloo combined. That's huge and really fun.
Yeah. That's a huge one, and that was, I think, a Grognard simulation map that Rick Barber had done. So yeah. Oh, actually, Matt says Kevin is finishing the Wavra Vassal module. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right. Well, maybe that'll be interesting. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about where command is, who, where, and what. So I guess we could start over in the west and work our way to the east. So for the French, what all have you spent your exciting command points on?
Well, Robert, you can tell them on the left what you got there.
Oh, okay. So I have cavalry under Doménage. I have Ornano here. I have 14th
Division. Okay.
Yeah, division. Chastel. And there's one more. Oh, and Chapelle.
And Chapelle. Okay.
And Chastel is a core activation?
Yeah.
Or division. Okay.
Division.
Oh, division activation. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just for interest, which
how
of those
many
were
of them
light
did
cav
you?
rolls and which
Yeah.
were main shift?
10,
5, 6, and 7 were or 4, 5, and 6 were assigned, and 10 and 12 were rolled.
Okay.
I roll. That's the best roll I've had since the first turn of the game. So.
Well, it's good. It's about time. So while we're over there, then let's take a look at the Russians. And so, Brennan, do you want to share what's going on your side of the map there?
The Russian Corps, 2nd Cavalry Corps is Fit 1. Ultraman Tolstoy's.
Hang that for. Oh, okay, that one. All right, I see it.
This one. Tolstoy's 4th Corps and Euler has a fit for the artillery group. Euler over here is commanding all the artillery within 3 hexes, which is like a lot of battery. And then the Platov Cossacks are active, although a couple of them are out of command here.
Okay.
And Lavrov has a core activation to the east of Borodino.
Okay. Cool. Then we're working our way across the French line. So we're over there by the Kameninsky Woods. And that's, I guess, Mike, what all do you guys have over there?
All right. So Wolf has, as a separate muse, light cav.
Light cav. Okay, cool.
And then Junot's 8th Corps is 7, and then we have who's that? Montbrun,
right?
Is coming in. He's right here, and he's bringing in elements of the 2nd Corps. Right
here. Saint Alphonse's brigade there, or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Division.
Cool.
That's a heavy cavalry division.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is the chit with Montbrun with Alphonse?
No, it's not the whole division.
No, it's just
that.
Oh
yeah, it is a whole division. Yeah, sorry. There was.
I think Saint Alphonse commands a cuirassier division under Montbrun.
Yes, it does. Right, and yeah. I have the other Cuirassier division over on the right there. So,
and so the Chit 8 is with Saint Alphonse, not with Montbrun.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right. So that's 2, and then there was a light cav one as well. So that's 5 command points so far that are part of your command points. Okay, good. And then we're towards the center of the French line. So David, what have you got over there?
That's the Young Guard.
Okay.
The light cavalry of Guyot, the light cavalry of Colbert. But Joel failed his activation. So
what? Shocking.
I know.
Time to give him the sack.
Yeah.
Well, just stack him with something and I'll shoot him off his horse. That's one way to punish him. Okay, good. So then that's another activation. And then the others, I presume, are light cavalry, Colbert, and the other guys. Cool, cool. All right, then we've got, looks like 1 on Davout.
Yep, and the other 2 on my other cabs, like normal.
Okay, all right, so that's 3 over there. And then 3, and you have what, 9, 8, or 9? Okay, 9. Okay,
9.
That all adds up.
We passed. Napoleon wasn't lethargic.
He wasn't sitting there complaining of his hemorrhoids. All right.
Correct.
Cool, cool. All right, well, and then for me, I've got Raevsky's Corps here by Semenyovskoy. He's active, and then these heavy cuirassiers under Duca. And so that's it for me. Oh, and then Karpov, Cossacks over here past their roll for initiative. So. And that should take care of everybody.
Okey-doke.
All right. So I guess we can go to the cup. Pull something exciting out. David, you're Napoleon. You go first.
Okay, I got to pull up the cup here somewhere. Where's the cup? There's the cup. Okay.
Give it a good shake.
Pull on the cup. All right.
It is the French 9th. So that is the Young Guard.
All right. All right. Let's see who is.
Okay, does somebody else want to pull another chit? And
there it is.
Russian number 1. That's over on your side of the map. I think that is Brennan's cavalry.
Cavalry. That's good because they can get out of range of the artillery.
Okay. Here, David, why don't we go down to game room 1?
Breathing a sigh of relief on that one.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I've got to figure out. All right. Command here. So Fistula R. Cluberde. All right. So these aren't out of command down here.
Right. So they moved within command of their leader. Okay. Right. Yeah, go ahead. I'll take the label off of one of them there, and yep, cool.
Was there anybody else? Let's see.
Well, the only ones I see are these guys over here, but they're part of Ney's 10th Division, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they Ney's? Jeez,
yeah, they're part of the 10th Division. Yeah, well, there's nowhere for them to go at the moment.
All right, let's see what do I want to do with these guys. All right. I'm just trying to sort them out right at the moment. Figure out who's with who here. 2 1s.
Is it one division or is it? How is it set up?
It's one division with 3 brigades, basically.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's actually considered a corps. It's actually got
with 3
divisions. Or let's see how.
Well, yeah, it's got a first division and a second division, and then it's got the Legion of the Vistula.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of the second division, according when you look at the way they got it indented on the thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the 1-1s are the first division.
Yeah, you're right. The Legion of the Vistula is part of the second division.
All right, and then that's and the second division. That was 2-1, 2-2 in the Vistula. So we got the 2-1s. And the Vistula, okay, there. And all right, so there. All right. That's all officers. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. 6. Let's put him there.
This is the problem I had when I played this on the French side. It's just a traffic jam trying to get anything through.
All right. And let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's go to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so that's Berthine, that's Delaborg and Berthine's brigade. Delaborg and Berthine. There, here. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Next one. Let's put up the second division. 7. These 2. There. And is that's, you know, I already got their commander with them. And, or actually, let's see. Let's put that there. And let's got a 9 and 9. there. Where I want that. Let's actually put him up there. Is he in range of anything?
So where did he start off?
Right here.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can get over there. Piece of cake.
And there. Let's put this one here. And they're all part, those three are part of clubbered. And Fusilier chasseurs, where do I want them? Now I think this, well, let's see, was I? All right, save. Trying to remember. Don't think, oops.
Yeah, Roger is with the 2nd Division. Those guys are all...
Let's see, I'm trying to think.
Well, some of those are Old Guard, it looks like. Right? They have a VG on them? No, what are they? They've got a little R. But yeah, those guys would have been out of command.
Well, okay, now these are part of the reserve artillery. That's a different.
Oh, okay, okay.
But these are part of the Young Guard there.
Right, they're part of the Vistula, right? The 5th and 6th, they are with their Legion of the Vistula.
I think they were.
And I think your leader was here, right? 1, 2, 3.
He was. Let's see, where was Clipper? No, he was right in. Yeah, yeah. There, he was right here.
Oh, yeah. So they would have been out of command.
Right. Where was Roger?
Roger was. I thought Roger was. Well, let's see.
Where
We
is he
can
right
take a
now?
look.
Okay, he's right
he
there.
Says 8034.
He hasn't moved. He's right there. Okay, so. Oh, why is it?
Well, he was here.
Why is it? Why is these guys flipped over? Okay. Okay, so they're part. Where's Boilelace? I want to make sure he.
Boudelaise. Isn't this him here?
Boileau.
Yeah, Boileau. Isn't them here?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to keep. All right. So he's got the 2 12s there. So yeah. Okay. He can be right there. Let me flip him over just to. All right. So, and Roger is All right, so he's in range of. So Roger has Boulet, Latby, and Cleberde. So he's got him. All right. Yeah, I think everybody's in command there. Yep. All right, that should be good.
Okay, cool.
Oops, that didn't need to go there. Okay.
All right. So you move the first division, you move the Vistula, but then the second one, it doesn't look like they move very much at all.
They're bringing up the rear.
Okay, there you go. They're going to cinch the deal. That's what their job is.
Reserve to cinch the deal. Yeah.
All right, let's see what's going on here. It looks like chit number 5 for the Russians got picked. Chit number 1. So it looks like Brennan's still probably doing something, I imagine. I don't have
Wander
chit
back
number
up,
5.
I guess.
Yeah, so that's that. Yep, I'll see you up there in the lobby.
I have to wander off for a second.
Oh, okay. All right. Is chit number 1 done?
Yes.
Yeah.
5 right
Brennan's
now.
working on 5 right now.
Oh, okay.
He's moving this artillery under you there.
All right, I'll go ahead and draw another one, see what we get. It is French 14. That's could be one of David's. What's he got? Yep, that is Guyot. So French 14. I'll go let him know. David, are you back? Oh, I think he had to go a step away for a minute. All right, let's draw another one then, shall we?
So that just means he misses that, right?
No, it's just once he comes back, we'll let him do it.
Ouch.
All right, and then it's French 3. French 3. So
that's me.
All right. That's, I presume, one of your cavalry.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you got 2 artillery markers on the artillery here.
All right. Shall we go down to a separate room, Rick?
Sure.
Cool. See you in room 1.
All right. Let's see. This is Latour
Malberg.
Malberg, that guy.
Yep.
Let's see, and he has. Let me look again. Looking. He has Romanowski. Turno. And a bunch of artillery that's not there. Oh, a bunch of heavy cav stuff. Where's the heavy cav stuff? Bum, bum, bum.
Latour Malberg. So if we take a look at him, let's see. Yeah, so he's got Lorge. He's got looks like the German cavalry, right? He's got Lorge heavy cavalry. He's got Turno's Lancers, and that's it. It looks like he's just got the 2 brigades of.
Most of them are being held up by some freaking militia, which I won't say.
Well, are they even in command?
Well, this guy's.
Oh, there's Lorge. Okay.
Guys,
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, you're welcome to move them.
Oh, I don't want you to get away.
How could I possibly get away?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would
need.
I would need
an exit to
a
route.
teleporter or something like that.
No, you need to route, but the way you're fighting, you're not going to route. You're going to fight to the last man.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, these are some very dedicated,
let's see. Move that guy to there. Don't want to move anybody else. Those guys will stay there. Those guys will stay there. I'll move these guys. Yeah, I think I'm done with those guys. Am I going to move the overall commander up is the question. All right, that was quick. Oh, wait, I should. No, all my artillery's out of command, so moves later. I think I'm done.
Okay. And so was Turno the one who got shot off his horse?
Turno? No, it was somebody down here where Henry's at, part of the other group.
Okay. Cool. Because I was like, where's Turno? I see his units, but I didn't see his commander.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I guess he's underneath that guy.
Yeah,
okay.
He is.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I can move just to...
Yeah, you can move a leader at the same time. Sure, that works. All right, so that is move number 3. Let's see, and then it is French number 7. That's not you, that's not me, that's probably Robert. So let's head up to the lobby.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right, where are we at, gentlemen? David, did you have a chance to do your...
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So where are we at? It looks like French number 7 got drawn. I don't know where that's at.
That's Junot.
Oh, Junot's corps. Okay, cool.
And French number 8 was drawn, and that's the heavy cavalry over there.
Heavy cavalry. Oh, that's also there by Junot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's draw something else. See if we can not have Mike do everything. That's the leader chit. So I guess we could have leaders move while Mike is maneuvering stuff around over there. Mitch, keep an eye on Mike.
Well,
you know how slippery he is.
I know exactly how slippery he is.
Yeah. You've crossed blades with him there before.
He's a savvy opponent, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Definitely one of the best gamers I've ever played with, for sure.
Yeah, I was watching your Normandy game. That looked like it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, he was commanding all of those German forces. Pretty impressive, really.
Right.
But I did have to step away for a minute, so let me keep an eye on it for a few minutes.
Okay. We'll make sure he doesn't matter transport units into the Great Redoubt.
Mm-hmm. No Vulcans.
It's the photon torpedoes we have to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Couple good phasers and this war will be over.
There you go.
Very quickly. Yeah.
That's what the position batteries are. They're the phaser 1s. And the horse artillery, that's phaser 4.
There you go. And the heavy cavalry, what are they? Are they the...
Those are the dreadnoughts, the Federation dreadnoughts.
Federation dreadnoughts, definitely. Oh, my gosh.
French ones are the Klingon dreadnoughts.
There you go. There you go with their disruptors and...
Exactly. Monster shields. And the dreadnoughts had that wicked acceleration. They could go like time and a half about.
Yeah.
Oh, killer.
Well, and who was it? I think the Romulans had the plasma torpedoes, right?
Run.
Yep.
Try to outdistance it.
Yeah.
And the Romulans would be invisible. They had that invisibility.
Cloaking device.
Yes, cloaking device. That would be handy. A little cloaking device out here. Slow you down. All right. Are people moving, I presume? Moving your leaders?
Moving leaders, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't finished yet. I'm still.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Take your time.
Figure out where he's going. Once Napoleon moves, I'll move.
Napoleon. Napoleon. He's not yet been branded the, what was it, criminal as he was when he came back in 1815.
All right, so 7 is done. Oops. Now 8.
Can you just remove a moved thing off of one counter or no?
A moved what?
That little black move thing.
Yeah, I think if you right click on it and you go down to the movement, so Control M will remove the movement marker off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick, you want to go to HQ a sec?
Sure.
One guy moved, the other guy didn't. Okay. All right. So that's that guy. Leaders ignore terrain? Or...
No, leaders have...
They get their own movement thing.
Yeah, they have their own movement chart. So if you look over at the movement chart all the way to the far right, you'll see leaders.
They pretty much just don't like forests or marshes. I don't blame them.
Yeah. Or severe slopes.
Where was Fiatas? Go. 1.
Oh, why did I just do that?
13, 14, 15.
Oh, why did I do that?
Are you still moving your Moo number 8?
Yeah, I was just about done.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's a goal in crossing the village.
Yeah, that little bridge is only for infantry. So it only helps the infantry cross, not cavalry.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's...
Copy that.
Yeah, so it's +2 for the cavalry to go across that.
Roll. Yeah, I got to do the roll thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to do a morale check. 44. I'm pretty sure that makes that. Oh, yeah. They make that.
Oh, yeah.
So that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
7. Oops, I gotta flip these back. 7. What is it to go up a black slope, like +8?
For the cavalry, yes, it's +8.
7. All right, so they will finish. Oops. They will finish right there. They too big to. Oh no. Yeah, I'll just keep them there. That's fine. It's what, +2 to go down a round downslope for Cav?
So for cavalry, yeah, it's +2 going down the more gentle slope.
3.
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
You're bringing
8.
your guard medium artillery forward to unlimber soon.
You know,
Yeah.
Where's it planning to go?
You're talking about these over here?
Yeah, where exactly are they planning to go?
I was thinking somewhere in here.
Those are good positions. So here's the point, which is that Barclay has a really good artillery modifier. And you could pre-position Barclay to help command those batteries when they roll up.
Oh, okay. I hear what you're saying.
So you could, where they're going to go, you could pop him forward a bit, as long as he's like within range of some cab protection or something, so he doesn't get like surrounded and chewed, which he won't. That kind of place, right? Exactly. And then the cuirassiers can help him out if somebody comes to bug him, kind of thing.
All right.
And I'm thinking in this shape as opposed to this shape.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
You got that one done, Mike?
how much is it for a leader to cross
to go across the Calacho? It's
really
just Calacho hex leaders. It says nothing, so it looks like it's just there's no extra cost.
The horse swims across the river.
Yeah, so it's just going to be a 1 to go across.
All right,
I'm not
done.
even sure it's that deep. It's swag.
Cool. All right. So then, Mike, if you had other leaders that you wanted to move, this would be the time to move them. The leader chit came up.
I gotta move Poniatowski.
Yep. And I think he's here with Napoleon. There in the center of the pile of people.
He did not get moved last turn. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can I go into an artillery?
So leaders can stack with anybody.
Okay.
So there's no issue as far as that goes. And moving through the brush only cost 1, so there's no extra thing for them to go there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
All right, I got my my leader moved. That's about the only leader I can really move. All right, good there.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see. Did everybody else get their leaders moved?
Pretty much. I got a ADC or two who may run around, but
we gotta wait for Dave and Rick though. I don't know if they moved theirs.
Okay.
They're in French HQ right now.
Have you moved your leaders, Rob?
Yeah.
Oh, you just want to pop down there and ask them if they...
Oh, okay. I got to remember.
Hey, Brenna.
Word, hold on.
Yo.
This blue cavalry unit.
Yeah.
Who's his boss? Who's his boss? Is it him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to put him over here.
Yeah, or even further north, like here or here.
Okay, I hear you.
If you want to pull him fairly
and who does he
far.
lead? He leads these guys here, right?
He's got the 2 dragoon.
Yeah.
So this dragoon is currently out of command. Dyatkov needs to be here to command them both.
Okay.
There you go. And Dorokhov has to be within 3 of Jakov. So.
Oh, okay.
So you could put him here. You could put Dorokhov like up here, for example. That would let you pull the blue hussars, and also.
But I don't want to pull them back too far, do I?
Well, you just want enough distance from them so that you can magnetically pull them. Your call, right?
I mean, this is far enough, isn't it?
That's sure. You want to get it out of artillery range, right? Though.
That's the goal, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it shot up for no good reason.
And then if you were here, you could pull them here, which is like because their escort mission is to a degree finished. To a degree.
Okay.
Yeah. They were protecting a battery which pulled off last turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with my leaders.
Okay, cool. David, did you get all yours done?
No, not quite. No. All right, so I'm just looking at.
So, David, I'm curious why you moved Pujol over there.
He's out there sneaking around.
Well, you can't put any of your guys in command because his range is only 3, right?
Correct. But we haven't done regroup yet.
But they're not out of command. All those units are stacked with their leaders. So are they all moving?
Oh, that's you're correct. He can't. Okay,
Yeah.
so I need. All right.
I'm gonna go AFK.
This is the guy that needs to go there then. Okay, so that needs to go there.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay.
Because you're like,
thank you there.
Yeah, it's like you're moving the divisional leader, but all the guys are stacked with their brigadiers. They're all within command range of their brigade leaders. So I was like, oh, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, okay, cool. Did everyone get all their stuff leaders moved?
Well, I'm still looking at a couple.
Oh, okay. Cool. Take your time.
In the back here, so. What do we got? Who can help with what?
So, David, are you thinking you're going to kedge your grand battery?
Well, I was going to catch these individuals. They were each assigned to, well, the whole thing's under SOBA, but they were each on one of those and one of those. That we did that, they catched before, but whatever. I mean,
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, the
well, these guys.
Yeah, the stuff with the batteries with the grand batteries was always a little loose in our perhaps understanding of what it is.
I mean, basically, these are part of the first corps, so I can give them back, and he can start catching them towards the first corps. So,
yeah, no, that's perfectly valid too. I just don't know with the grand batteries if how they would operate attaching them, but maybe Brennan's got a better opinion on it.
My view is that the grand batteries don't attach and don't catch. If you want to do a grand battery, you activate it with a command point, and then lots of artillery within 3 is active, but you can't actually catch over to the grand battery commander, I don't think.
Okay.
Right. They're not actually assigned to it. It's just like he activates them when he's on, when the light bulb is on.
What I will do is I'll leave these guys back here so that they can help. Well, that's okay. So this is a leader move. All right. So
yep. So you put them there, so that way then they can help those guys limber up.
Yep.
During the regroup phase.
Yep.
Although, do you limber during the regroup phase or only unlimber?
No, I think you can only
drive.
Yeah, or
you can limber during the regroup phase.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think you can unlimber.
Okay.
You could
I knew it was one
by
of it.
Going into road march and then unlimbering out of road march, but that's a drag.
Okay. You just have to have enough movement points to do it, right?
Exactly. Like it's a lot of movement points to do that. It's a drag in the actual sense of the word. Sorry.
It's all right. This, with jokes like this, we don't have to worry about being demonetized.
That's right.
We might lose some viewers, but we won't be demonetized.
Big groan.
Yes, indeed. Well, I think the vast majority of us here are dads of some sort there, so that's definitely dad humor there.
Mitch, do you see how the Russian artillery cleared out of the village, right? Like we talked about.
We slip up there.
Over at Borodino. So now there's space for your regiment, probably to split the battalions and come across. Is the idea? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get across the bluff and across the river and get those movement points behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Like where do they go may not be clear yet, but
getting across the river sounds pretty
exactly.
All right, yeah, I'm done.
Well, at least one person laughed in the comment section, so
that's all that counts.
That's all that counts. So therefore, just we'll say tip your waitresses. All right, back to the cup. Let's see here. Let's see what we get. It is French 13. Number 13. Lucky 13. I don't know who's got that. Is that one of your cavalry somewhere there, David?
Yep. That's one of my cavalry here.
So. All right, let's grab something else while we're at it. Number 4. French number 4.
Oh, yeah, that's my cavalry down here. Hell. Okay, so
I'll watch you, Dave, as you move your guys around or not, depending on what great grand plans you had for them.
So it's 4 points there. And Gerard has to stay there. He already moved. So how much does it cost to go into skirmish order? 2?
For cav, 3, and you're usually extending into an extra X 4 for cavalry.
So it costs 4 total?
No. Cavalry changing formation costs 3. Artillery changing formation costs 2.
Right.
Robert, which unit is changing?
Chappelle here. So I want to put Chappelle. I want to move him. He has to go through his to first of all, just to move like this would cost 4.
Where were you?
He's not moving. It doesn't cost to change facing.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh, okay. So I want to.
So he changes formation.
So that's.
But it's going to be 7.
7 in brush, because he has to extend out to the brush hex. It's like moving into the hex.
So he would be 7 here.
7. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then
no. He'd be across this. Well, let's see.
Depending on which way you go, yeah.
Yeah, which way? All right.
You could form skirmish into any hex around you. You pick the
Right.
direction.
Okay.
So
the
if you're there, you're facing
North
you'd
or
be
south.
facing like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Or
Well, and you need to be in that
yeah.
on that hex
Right.
side right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
Straddling
either do
those two.
that, or you can be in here facing this way,
That's what I that's what I want to do.
or you can be, let's
So
see,
this would be 7, right?
Yep.
And then
that'd
I
be
could
7.
go another. That would be 11.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it costs 4 to move through the brush. So when you
Yeah.
changed formation, it was 3 for the change of formation and 4 for the hex that you expanded out into. You paid for the terrain cost. If it had been clear terrain, it only would have cost 4 movement points to do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's as far as I can go.
Cool. David, did you have anything with that group, or you're just going to leave them where they're at?
I think I'm gonna just leave them where they're at, unless do I want to? Actually, let's. Actually, I am going to adjust here a little.
Okay.
Done with that.
Okay. Cool. Robert, are you done with your guy?
It was 1 unit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. It is Russian number 4. That is, I think, Tolstoy's corps, and followed up by French number 6, which I think is out there in the same part of the universe. So we have to do 4 first. Yeah. So let's go see what's happening over there. So Russian 4 goes first, and then French 6 goes next.
Okay. Robert, this battalion here is going to form line, costing a movement point, which allows this cavalry to take a move or reaction move if you want.
They can't charge, but they can move away, is what I think you're saying, right?
Yeah, they're in brush. They can't charge, but they can move away.
Oh, they can?
Yeah, they
Because
have
I
that
sent movement
reaction
points
move.
within 2 hexes of them, so you get to move if you want. If you move more than half, then you're exhausted. But you could like move a hex or 2 and be cool.
But then if I draw the move, I can't move them. They're moving.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's a free move. So you could, it like amplifies. It's a turbocharge of your move.
Right. Now, what did you do? Did you
Form
Which
a
one?
line.
this one?
This battalion form a line.
Okay.
Okay, so then I can move these guys, you said, up to half of my movement for free?
Yeah.
Right. So you could really either move them into the woods behind you for 7 movement points, or move them back 1 hex into the brush for 4 movement points. But if you move them any further, if you move them 2 hexes, that's 8 movement points. Well, potentially.
You go down here. You gotta go
Yeah,
down
you
here.
could go down there. That's true.
So that would be 4, 5 points.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll do that. So they would just move back here.
Yep. Cool.
And I've got a question. Oh, pressing is with, that's a cavalry and skirmish order. I'm like, who is he stacked with? Okay.
I hope he's stacked with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't accidentally move him out because I moved Viata away from him, so I didn't.
Now praising can move if he wants. Ditto.
Well, would you have to stop your movement there because of the cavalry zone?
That unit has 2 movement points remaining, but it doesn't have many places it could go from there.
If you stay there, he can't move into one more. He can't move.
Yeah, he can't move
forward
into
one.
the.
He can't come get you because your skirmish zone keeps him out.
Right.
Yeah, no. Then I'll just keep him the way he is for now.
All right, good. This unit will form line, so you get an opportunity fire at it.
Okay, so that would be what?
That's going to be 5 to 6.
5 to 6. No.
Yeah. And you were cut in half. It was really 1 to 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because it's opportunity fire.
Opportunity fire, yeah.
Right.
I don't know why they do that. Why do they have that? What's the thinking?
No.
Firing
Next
is
time
firing.
I talk to Terry Doherty, I'll ask him.
Well, I think it's just easier to hit a stationary target.
Oh, there's an idea.
It's maybe their time interval. They're only there half the time, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's logical.
This is a fairly big group. If you guys want to pull another chit, well, after like for some other part of the board or something for the center.
I did already.
Okay, you could pull another one.
Artillery.
It's going to be artillery after
Okay.
this. So.
Okay.
That's not necessarily helpful.
Does this guy here have a refused flank because he's next to this guy, or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't make sense either. Okay.
It's like the 20th Maine at Little Round Top.
Oh, okay.
They're out in the brush and they're watching Longstreet climb the hill.
Yes, and you've got Lawrence.
The main reason he's doing it is so that if this guy disorders, so that he's still covering the flank. That's kind of why he's doing it.
Okay.
Let's see. That's cavalry, but it's our cavalry. Oh, how nice. Well, we'll do that in a minute. 1, 5, 6, 7. They have 8 movement points. They're fast. How about that? They're skirmishers. Okay. But they're happy there for now.
All right, dear viewers, for those of you that are watching things as they happen here, we are at the, I believe it's the 9:40 turn. Yes, the 9:40 turn. The scenario for the grand battle at Moscow started at 6 a.m. So we've gotten through, let's see, a fair number of turns here over the several months that we've been playing this. We have a 7-player game we've got 3 Russian players and 4 French players. We started off with 3 French players, but then there was a gentleman that wanted to join and kind of learn how the game worked. So he was given Junot's corps and also Poniatowski's Polish corps that's coming up the road here. The Russians, the French had kind of pushed their nose across here, this section of this plateau, kind of northwest of Borodino, and kind of left themselves a bit exposed to some cannon fire, and then eventually kind of got hit by a Russian counterattack. And so that's kind of what's been going on over here. There's been some combat between Eugene's corps and a fair amount of cavalry over here. And then who else? And then it's Tolstoy's 4th Corps. And so that's kind of what's going on. The French kind of moved into Borodino as the Russians fell out or moved out. And now the Russians are moving back in to Borodino. And so the French have sent some reinforcements over here to this part of the world. They've got some heavy artillery coming. They sent Junot's corps over here. And then they've got, it looks like, some heavy cavalry coming over that way as part of a reinforcement to try to help Eugene's corps, which could be in trouble here pretty soon. Meanwhile, in the center, things have been moving along, just progressing very slowly as the French have inched their way up, setting up some artillery, doing some fire, moving other things up to try to get in position for an attack. Looks like the Young Guard this turn kind of moved into a space where potentially they could launch an attack against some of the Russians here in the Semenoyevsky Creek in future turns. And then meanwhile, over on the east side of the map, Marshal Davout has got all 5 divisions of the 1st Corps moving their way through the Utitsa forest towards the Russians. They've got a considerable amount of cavalry that's kind of been pushing up this part of the road. The Russians have just been slowing down the French at every opportunity, using their Cossacks in skirmish order, using their Jaegers, and of course the terrain itself is not conducive for a lot of movement. So that's what's been going on with that part of the battlefield. So that's how things are kind of shaping up over on this part of the map, and we'll go back up and see what our colleagues are doing, if they're still moving stuff around over there for the Russian 4th Corps using the Russian 4th Maneuver Jet. And it looks like you've got, there are 2 divisions that the 4th Corps has. So
yeah, one of them moved already, and then I'm doing the second one. Yeah. And I'm trying to de-densify them because they're like pretty wickedly dense. A good way to de-densify them is to stack the battalions into the regiments, because that way they take up less space.
Yep. So part of the challenge that we have with this particular rule set we're playing with, which is the Regs 30, is we have to keep our units within a certain radius of their divisional commander, who then needs to be within a certain radius of their corps commander, who then's got to be within a certain radius of the army commander, in order to keep everybody kind of in command and convenient use of command points. So part of the challenge when you're moving is then to try to get everybody lined up in the right spot and kind of move them along appropriately, and then kind of get your leader in the right spot so that everybody is going to be in command, for your next turn when you need them to be. So the nice thing with the counters that we use is that for the most part they are all color coded to make it a little easier for you to tell the forces apart. So how that works is all of the Fourth Corps infantry and artillery that's associated with it, as well as the leaders, have these orange belts, and that's how you can tell that they're part of that group. And then one division has got white pants, so they've got green jackets and white pants, and the other, if you can take a look here, is green jackets and gray pants. So after you play for a while, you can start to see the differences and kind of pick it up, and then that makes it a little easier for you to know what's what and where the units are at, so you can move them and then try to keep them within the command span of their appropriate leader. Some of the older games that both Marshall Enterprises and Clash of Arms put out were a much more basic sort of color scheme, where the Russians have got a green jacket and white pants and everybody's the same, or the French are blue jackets and white pants and everything else is the same. And that's because the rules that those games were published with did not include any sort of command control that would require you to have to stay within a certain command span. Most of those early games used a timed movement element in order to keep track of how much you could move. So in many of the games, the French might have 10 minutes to move their units, and the Russians or the Allies might have 7 or 8 minutes to move their stuff. And so you could move anything anywhere, but once you ran out of your time, then you were whatever units you had moved are stuck, and they stay there. So that was kind of how they dealt with that in a very simple method for having some type of command control. With publishing of the game, I think in the mid-90s, Clash of Arms started adding some elements of command control to some of the games to give it a little bit more historic authenticity, and then to get you as the wargamer to really think about what's going on in a more appropriate understanding of the command restrictions, particularly some of the crazy things like what the folks at Waterloo had to deal with or whatnot. They don't have a very clean type of command structure. It's kind of higgledy-piggledy. So yeah, interesting stuff. Well, let's go see what's going on back up there.
Oh, and then there's Cossacks. They're okay where they are. Anybody flagrantly out of command?
If you're going to be out of command, flagrantly is the best way to be out of command.
Exactly. That would make them flagrantly out of command, so they won't go there. Okay. About the best I can do for now. Done.
Okay. So then, Robert, I think the next chit was yours for maneuver unit number 6.
Okay.
French maneuver number 6. And then after
So
that,
that's-
it was artillery fire.
Oh, and yeah. So we'll go.
I'm gonna reposition those dragoons briefly. They're not happy there. They're gonna go back. They're not happy anywhere.
Go 4.
I'll go
8.
here. They're not happy anywhere. I'll go here.
So he's going to move.
Why would they be able to?
Sorry?
They're not part of the 4th Corps, are they?
Yeah, they are.
That's an Army Dragoon allocated downward.
Oh, the Karkapol Dragoons.
But
Okay.
they were messing up the checkerboard, so I called that off.
All right. So that was that.
And it's artillery.
Well, okay.
So those guys moved into the brush.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. That takes care of that. So now we're at the artillery fire thingamadoodler. So I don't know who's got artillery that can fire and where we want to start, but we're already over in this part of the universe. So Robert, you've got some artillery there. You can take some shots.
Got some. Brendan has some too.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
probably.
But I think you're westerly than me.
So,
You're further west than I am.
so this battery here's got a good shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So I'm on that one here. Do this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's range of 7, so that's long range, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you get a bounce through into that.
So that would be 3 plus.
You got 9.
6 plus 3 is 9. With a
1.5 to 1.
2. 1.5 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 8.
Plus 2, I believe, for your.
Yeah, the one battalion is taking big hits, so he's down to. It's just 6 increments you're shooting him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 1.5 to 1 with a plus 2.
Ooh,
Oh,
good
that's
shot.
a hit.
Boom.
And a
You killed
leader.
Yeah, there's a leader.
Good shot. Dang. Told you. Rule number 1.
Don't stack.
Don't stack with the leader. Stack with units.
All right, roll 1 die, see what happens.
Roll for the leader.
So roll a single die. Somebody.
Robert, single die.
I don't know. Do I roll high or low?
It doesn't matter. It's vassal.
Oh, 1.
Oh, they're dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Cannonball took his head off. Boom.
Yeah, idiot. I just told them not to stack units. But no. Did they listen? No, they did not listen.
All right. Well, he's only, what was he, a +1 or something?
+2.
A +2.
So now the stack takes a morale check, and they
Oh,
disorder.
they're disordered.
Nice shot, Robert.
All right, check off your artillery.
This guy
your
will take
ammunition,
over
I
for that.
guess.
And then you got another 1.5 to 1 shot on the cavalry there.
1.5. Okay.
Yep.
With a -6. No, nothing.
Good shot, Robert.
Yeah, that was paid off.
Ammo. Get ready. My turn.
There's a tired marker here that's just sitting here. I'm not sure where it goes.
Just delete it.
Okay. All right.
Did you actually decrement this one?
Yeah.
You got Don't Do Ours next.
Oh, okay. You want me to do that one?
Sure.
Okay. He doesn't have a shot on this one, right?
No, your infantry blocks line of sight.
Yeah, you got a 1-to-1 on there with +2. Actually, let's see.
52.
That's it.
You actually may. Let's see. This may be the better shot. Let's see, because you may get a bounce through with that.
So it's a 1 to 2 shot? That's not a hit.
1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Why is it 1 to 1? Because you are.
It's 1 to 2 on the.
Because you're in skirmish order.
Yeah, he's defense at 12, and he's got 13 firing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong value.
Yep. Then you have
you got half a shot on that.
That guy. That's 7. You got like 3, maybe 4. 4 versus 6. 1 to 1.5. It's probably versus 7. 4 versus probably 1 to 2, and it's -6 on this one.
Okay.
So 66 might do it, but
no, you've got a defense of 8, limbered in the
in the grasp. Okay,
yeah.
All right, so it's just a 1 to 2, like we said. Okay,
yeah.
All right, my turn to shoot back. This battery here will fire at that battalion there. It has 1-to-1 +2. It missed.
Which battery is firing? That one. Okay, I didn't see a battery there. All right, great.
The battery's all over there now.
They're finally arriving. All right, let's see. This one and this one will shoot that. They have 9 + 8, 17. How's the line of fire left? $17. It's 2.5 to 1 +3. That's a hit here.
Okay.
Wait a minute. What was firing where?
Why is it 17?
There's
3 batteries there.
8 here and a
Oh,
long-range battery here.
Okay, so they're stacked on 2 hexes. There's 3 batteries on 2 hexes.
Right.
Okay, it looks like this one is.
That one's tailed out to the hex behind because there was no place to put it. It's that okay.
Okay.
So then that down.
Make a
1.
morale check. There,
Yeah.
okay.
That down 1.
I can do that?
It probably doesn't matter on the shot, right? One way or the other. Maybe not. Why not? Let's worry about it later.
Don't you get to go through to here?
That's right. Yeah, the bigger gun bounces through. It has 9. That's 1.5 to 1 minus 6 miss, and it probably bounces through to the next one, but it probably doesn't have got the range, but I don't think it has the modifier. So, okay, that's that.
Well,
now
1.5 to 1
minus 12.
minus 12. You
Doesn't
might as
make
well
it.
roll.
Nah, I don't
Can
think
you
he has
hit?
a shot.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a shot. 66.
Well,
It's
if a
still gonna
42
miss.
or yeah, no. With a minus 12, a
Yeah.
66 would become a 46, and you're hitting on a 42 or better.
Oh, good. Well, great. Then we'll roll. No luck. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Close.
these two will shoot at the church. They have 2 to 1.
I'm surprised you didn't move all your artillery and surround the church.
Oh yeah, that was a good move. Okay, they missed. So that's that for them. Maybe next turn. Then they would issue a demand for surrender.
We're going to rename that church the Alamo.
We'll start lighting candles and putting them outside.
Church of the transmogrification.
All right. So we're done with all the shooting over on that side of the universe.
Yep.
Okay. So now we can move over towards, I guess, where Mitch and Mike have got stuff over here along the Kalachao.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll go first. So I'm gonna leverage this the leader that's there. And use both of these batteries to fire on that hex.
Okay, so you'll have, looks like 6 to
8.
what is it, 16?
Isn't that 8?
Unlimbered gums are worth 16. Fire defense of 16.
Oh.
So it's 6
Right,
to
so
16.
6,
It's
16,
a 1
so that's
to
1 to 3.
1 to 3 with a +1.
Yeah, where is my? There we go. All right, so no.
Nope.
Massively misses. All right, so.
But you might get some
Okay,
roll
and-
through, right? No, the slope
It's gonna
is
hit the
there.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just need to. Whoops. What? How did that do that? Interesting. Oh,
Oh, you
that's
just
you
cloned
doing
one.
that, Mitch. You're kind of freaking me out
Yeah, I
there.
was just seeing if I just see what kind of shot I had.
You're in the wrong. All right, I gotta. There we go. Increase, decrease. Delete him. I'm gonna decrease him by 3. 10 to a 9. All right, that is all the artillery that I have that could fire.
All right.
All right, Württemberg will fire on these guys with I want to say it's 12.
Is that on the cavalry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't you recommend that over the guns?
Oh, I'm just trying to see where you're aiming. So, yeah, that's going to be 12. And I think their fire defense is 8 in line. So you're at
1.5 to 1.
1.5 to 1 with a +3,
I think. So, 41.
You need to get a 42.
42.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, 1.5 to 1. You need a 42. So, okay.
Ammo depleted. Those guys don't have any ammo. So I guess we're over here.
What's the command for the LOS vector again?
It's a little. There's a little bar.
There's a
if you're on
little.
camera.
Yeah. So over
Next to
on
the little camera up the top.
over the far right.
Okay.
And it looks like a little
Okay.
2 points in a line. That's going to be your line of sight.
Very good.
This guy is he's out of ammo. Okay, so we got 9, 9, 9, 27 on
Those guys are looking for counter battery if they can find it. If they can't find it, then any target. Then softest target.
Let's just see what that range is. All right, so this is these guns here.
Yeah, they're blocked by the brush, multi-brush.
It's just 3 hexes. Oh, it's 3 hexes are limit.
That's the point. Yep.
So can they see out?
Yeah, because the only way they see out is through here, and that's 2 hexes.
They're keyholed like a heavy machine gun in Squad Leader. They've got a wicked narrow shot, and nobody can hit them from off line.
Wait, so you're saying that the 3rd hex can't be seen into? So
third can.
4th can.
Oh, so then why couldn't? Oh, because you're coming this way. 1, 2, 3, and that's 4.
4.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
But that's not brush.
It is. These are brush.
That's brush.
Brush, 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 and then he's in brush.
Oh, this hex is brush.
Yeah,
that's what I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was woods. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that one is brush there too. There's a little passage through there with brush.
All right. Then
That's the keyhole.
We'll target this unit here. Make sense? Try to eliminate it?
This one's softer target. Go where you
I
can
see
hit through the hits, yeah.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, here we go. +5. 52. 27
okay.
to.
They're in
column.
They have a defense of 7.
It's
so
3 to 1.
3 to 1.
3.
Yes, that's going to be at least a hit.
Yep, just 1.
Yep. Did they disorder? Yeah, they did. All right. Moving right along. David, you've got, I guess, that little battery here that's hiding, and then you've got your grand battery.
Yeah, we'll do this one here. It's 1 to 1.5 plus 5. Yeah, I don't think that's enough. 44. No. On that, so increase and increase. Or I mean decrease. Sorry. And the big boys here. What do we got here? We got 9 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7. 32 against the skirmishers here.
Okay.
And that's
So
what
what's
the
a fire
plus
defense
4.
of 14, I think.
So 2 to 1 plus 4.
That's not enough. That's what, a 25? I think you need to.
How did you get 32?
1.
I got 14 plus 18.
Yeah, he's got 3. He's got 4 batteries down there. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there's a 4th one. And you can combine 4 batteries?
The leader can combine
3 hexes.
3 hexes worth of stuff. He's a special.
Who's the target? Who's the target?
It was this.
I guess I guess I'm confused why this isn't counted as an extra hex. So it's 1, 2,
3.
I guess I see.
It's
That's
just
because
spread.
we
Spread
can
across.
have
Yeah, but-
3 increments in a
But
hex.
this guy,
He's split
I
an
can-
increment here, an increment there, just like Brendan's doing over on his other thing, except he's got one coming in from behind.
We've been doing that for the whole game. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's how you can get 3 artillery. You just have the 2 battery straddling 2 hexes. So okay, so that's
yeah, I didn't. And so according to Brennan, then I can actually bring another one into here, straddle this one, and get some more increments in that hex.
Absolutely, you should be able to get 3 increments per hex. Where
Right.
the extra increment goes is a little questionable, but it doesn't really matter. The main point is on the hex, you definitely have 3 increments for sure.
Right. Okay. Because
Otherwise, there's no way to stack them up because the armies are differently sized.
right.
Their batteries are differently sized.
And all right, so that's got 32 against this line of.
So their fire defense is 9. So it's going to be a 3-to-1.
3-to-1. No pluses
-6.
or minuses.
That's a miss.
And this one, and he doesn't, because only this one bounces through to that, but I don't think there's enough to even get it.
It would be a 7-to-8 with a -12. I don't think you can hit.
Yeah, I don't think you can hit it. So,
Well, just ranging fire for now. Wait till these guys close into his shot range of 5, then it's killer.
Don't give him any suggestions, Brennan. All right. Well, Matt says he's going to bed, but he says this is the best way to learn the game. So thanks, Matt. We'll see you on the next live stream. Okay. Cool. Do you have any more stuff on that side of the universe?
I think that's all I got
guess
there.
you got that one gun over here. 1, 2, 3, but I don't know if it has to fire or not. I know it had to fire. I thought we said it had to fire in one of them, but not all of them.
He doesn't have an officer with him anymore, so.
Oh, was that it? It's only.
I think he
has to fire.
Artillery shit don't have to fire if he doesn't want to.
Right.
Fire phase has to fire.
Okay, I knew there was something there about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to fire on that. Okay. And you've got some up there?
I do. I'm trying to figure out what I can hit with everybody.
You can hit this one.
I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, and I guess what it would roll through to the poor square behind it.
And what's your range on those? Is it?
It's 12.
Oh, so you actually can bring it. You can actually fire here and through here.
Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they could all get that far, so I could fire here.
And you get a nice roll through.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that. So we'll have 27 to 14. That's going to be just shy of 2-to-1, 1.5 to 1 with a +5. Here we go. Let's see what we get. 32. That's going to be a 41, and that's not enough. That misses. All right, and then we carry on through, and that's then going to be a, I don't know what the fire defense for the horse is in line. I think
Is this a lawful stack in this position?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? They're in 2 hexes of line, right? That's what it looks like, right?
Is that what that's being described as opposed to using the extenders and stuff?
Oh yeah, the extenders are a pain in the butt. We'd only use those. Sure. Yeah, we'd only use those if they were in 3 hexes of line or column of companies or something like that. Otherwise,
I just see that as normally the skirmish stacking.
Well, but they'd be inverted, right, if they were in skirmish mode. So,
Okay.
all right, so
okay with
we'll
that,
take a
'cause
shot there. It's going to be a 3-1 with a -6. Here we go. So that's going to be a good for a hit. 34 is going to be a hit.
3, 3 to 1. Oh. Yeah, fine.
All right, and I've marked all my ammunition, so that's it for me over there. And I'm gonna hold my powder from Lauriston. I don't really think I've got any targets on that side of the map right now. And I don't think I've got any over on the other side. And Rick, I don't think you've got anything yet, do you?
No.
Okay. Oh, so then David, did you roll for this guy here? Oh,
He's not
you don't
fired.
have to. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Then that takes care of the artillery chit. You guys want to press on for another couple of chits, or what's the mood?
Yeah.
I got a little more time in me.
All right. We've got a certain James Holmgren asking who's winning. Your father's winning, of course. Of course I'm winning. No, it's too early to say. It's fair to say that no one's lost yet. So check back in a year. This is not like Magic the Gathering where you just go zip, 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 and in the space of half an hour, you've got a decision. It's a little bit more challenging.
We could try Magic at Borodino.
We could try Magic the Gathering meets Borodino there. So James, by the way, had narrated that part of the poem that we put together for the video. So, all right.
Got a Napoleonic card game.
There is a Napoleonic card game. Robert and I were some of the early adopters of it, bought it back when it came out, and I don't know, I was not terribly impressed with it. So, hey, it's the regroup chit. We're just getting
talking about Napoleon Saga?
Oh,
no. It was who was it? Columbia Games put it out. It's when Pokemon and Magic were popular. So they're like, well, we're going to do one, but it's Napoleon. And so you'd have a card for a leader. You had cards for, it was the Waterloo campaign. And so
you would turn cards sideways for line and
yeah. And it was kind of like you had a left, right, and a center, and you had your cards in your deck and you're putting them out. I think somebody bought the system. I don't know if GMT did or somebody did, but they republished it recently.
I think they did. They also did a Revolutionary War one too for that system.
Oh, really? Okay.
So the one that I have was a Kickstarter by 2 French guys, and they brought in the artists who colored the plates for like the modern ospreys and whatnot. I mean, beautiful art in it, and it's a pretty good reenactment of Napoleonic warfare. And so you have like 2 lines, and you have your artillery in back. You can charge forward, you can melee, you can flank, various things like that. It's a pretty freaking sweet game, actually.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to just Google Napoleon Saga Kickstarter, and it's awesome. You can actually get it at a very reasonable price too.
What's that, Mitch?
Are we pulling this red one back, or are we leaving him?
You got to leave him a little longer because the guns haven't pulled off. Oh well, you got to wait for the gun. Yeah, you got to wait for those guns. But these 2 guns get to roll to try to pull out now.
Oh, okay. On the regroup, I got you.
They have to limber.
Yeah, and so it's all 3, right? Or is it just the 2 red? Yeah, I got you. The 2 on the end. All right.
This one.
4 and 4. I think that's good enough, isn't it?
No. Probably not.
Oh, 4's no good.
We got to get artillery leaders to them.
No, a 4 it will. The position guns limber on a 1 through 4.
Oh, cool. Great.
All right.
Then they roll off. That's a major relief. Yep.
And that's a 2 to limber, right?
Right, and then they're heading east to their division commanders, right?
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to jam myself up here.
Yep. No, that's all right. That's fine because the guards will clear out. You'll unjam soon. Yeah. You're. Yep.
That makes sense. Do it that way.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep.
And okay, never mind.
Mitch, that second battery can't actually fit there. It can't actually get there because it's a huge battery, and there's it has to trail behind the other guy.
Gotcha. There
you go.
The regiment. I was thinking this was just a leader. It's a regiment. I got you.
Yep.
I miscalculated that.
Even if it were a battalion, you still couldn't go through it. Yeah, right. If it's a leader. So, yep.
All right, they're part of the 26th. They are also part of the 26th. You got your little guns moving there, Rick?
Yeah. So I have 2 guys that are disordered. They can still have to move to reorg, right? To regroup.
Yes.
Yeah, if they're out of command, they would.
Yeah, they are. It's these guys over here.
Who are they with?
Desai. Yeah, so they're 1 off.
Yeah. So they would just move 1 hex back, I guess.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay, that was exciting.
Hey, Dave, what is Lawrence's
Pierre, I can move his
range?
stuff.
Command range 3?
No. Well, if he's commanding a whole battery, yes.
So, but these 2 other batteries that are coming up, can they move to within 3 of him?
Yeah.
Okay, so they can move like this.
Where's Pierre anyway?
Pyre or whatever, Pierre. He's in the brush up above the heavy cav. And his command.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna move him. Leave him there. So I'm done.
Okay, cool. I didn't have too many people that were out of position that I didn't care about. All right. Any more regroup that people need to do?
I have a certain amount of it.
Okay. Go ahead and push the little people around, I guess. Let's see. I've got some artillery.
That didn't work at all.
Hey, Brennan, am I regrouping this guy too?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mitch, this guy over here as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. Do I want to leave the ADC or take him with me?
Take him with you.
Yeah.
Because next turn when Lavrov moves, then like you make a full regroup towards your commander, who is Beastrom, who's probably over here. So you got a long way to move. You'll catch up close to him, but then if you don't get to him, you'll be in command.
Oh, wait a second. I moved the wrong guy. I moved the wrong way.
Let's see. Joseph asks, this looks fun. I've just started learning Advanced Squad Leader, but hoping to work up to something bigger than this eventually. Yeah.
This is a lot easier than Advanced Squad Leader.
Yeah, I think I can remember. I think we played Squad Leader, didn't we, back in the 80s, Rob?
We did. Yeah,
Yeah.
we played we had
The
the
original.
Squad Leader. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have the we didn't have the binder game.
No. Now, our binder game was Starfleet Battles.
Yeah.
Kept adding more rules and more races
Codex
of
this, Codex that.
Exactly.
What? Please.
I enjoyed the heck out of Squad Leader through Crescendo too. Never played ASL, but that was a good time.
You know, how about playing World in Flames on this?
They have a module. We can do it. We can buy. So if you buy a copy of World in Flames, they'll give you the Vassal module, or you could just buy the Vassal module separately. I think it's
actually a really good module.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
Yep.
Oh, we should do that. Do some World War II.
That would be fun. I loved World in Flames. That was like my favorite.
Yes, that was my favorite.
We played the heck out of that.
We kept getting stuck on the differences between the Pacific map and the Europe map and just some of the funkiness and moving stuff. But other than that, it was a lot of fun.
Let's see. Joseph says, a friend just let me borrow his Starfleet Battles binder.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, between Advanced Squad Leader and Starfleet Battles, you're off to a grand start of the never ending. What?
Yeah,
what
we
does
played
this do?
we played SFB 3 weeks ago, I think. I was able to take some counters and scan them in and drop them in Tabletop Simulator and SSDs and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, using the deluxe counters. So they're obviously colored. That's good.
Yeah, we've got all the old stuff where it was, whatever it was on a black background. So, and then you had your little black field of stars. We had some fun tactics that we did. So, and then we tried to organize like a big group game where each person had a particular race that they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I had the Hydrons. And I don't know, Rob, were you part of that group? That was like Cyberger and a bunch of the guys from the War Game Club.
We tried one like that too, and we had like 6 people, and I think we set it up, and then we didn't get past the setting it up.
Yeah. Well, we
And
also
we
had that game.
started.
What was it? Federation and Empire, which
Mm-hmm.
was like the bigger thing.
Yeah, that's
That
great.
was fun too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when we played it, it was like playing the First World War. It was just like a battle of attrition. There was.
I played the Klingons, I remember, and I was like, just tracking so many drones on the map was just ridiculous.
Well, that was with the Zinties. I think they had all the drones.
Mm-hmm.
The Federation had their carriers and whatnot. That was broken. So the Federation carriers were completely broken. But I think, we had fun because we created stuff. You'd have, okay, here's a certain amount of points. Now make a ship. So I think I had some. There was, I think that the Klingons had the B-10 battleship or something.
That was my favorite ship.
Yeah. And then I think, but we had points and we made like the B something or other. There was another one that was just a huge thing. And then I think I made the Battlestar Galactica using Starfleet battle points and whatever else and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you can do on graph paper.
Yeah, pretty much.
Folks, are we done with the regroup?
I just, for some reason, lost connection to the
I just lost
server.
connection too.
I did too. Something just happened weird.
Everybody go ahead and save.
Yeah.
So I click OK and save?
It must have just,
We may have been decided for us.
Yeah.
That's a good time maybe to stop.
Yep. Yeah, that's the first where like the whole thing is just crashed for everybody. Sometimes one person will get kicked out, but not the whole group. Hopefully everyone got their
server
regroup.
crashed. It looked like,
yeah.
Oh, the whole Vassal server crashed. Wow.
I think so. That's
That is a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the bright side, we were at a good point for it to go south. So, cool.
All right.
Well,
see everybody
gentlemen,
in a week.
Yep. We'll catch you guys